Voilà, moi je mets l'horloge. 15 minutes pour être ensemble.
Now,
Dispersés, loin les uns des autres.
Open, closed, appeasement, entering a side space.
Suspended time, impression of discovering a digital life, a separate entity, especially through sound, feeling of proximity, complicity.
The sound keeps you in touch with others. It mobilises attention. It reactivates your feeling of presence to others. Intrusion, dependence, independence, omnipresence, distance, proximity.
Common ritual, quasi-absurd experience, individual journey. To be together for 15 min, just being, just so nice to do nothing with a globally dispersed group of people. All these strangers agree to close their eyes together and show their vulnerabilities to each other, or at least show themselves as vulnerable. Things were louder than people, things louder. People silent. Vulnerability.
Minutes against the everyday digital restlessness, building a sensorial, invisible fabric that gathers. a silent and blind encounter across each other in an electronic communion.
I was waiting for silence to fall after the chatter. When it occurred, there was no embrace, but a faint sensation of sharing a silent, small reprieve over the constant noise and anger of the world. It is the strongest experience to be alone, silent, blind, with assumed others somewhere out there.
The willingness to suspend one's belief in the knowledge of the virtual proximity and connectiveness of others. It is that knowledge that can be convincing enough to suspend disbelief and thus be silently wrapped in the telematic embrace.
The others embraced the virtual proximity that suspended their knowledge and simultaneous belief and willingly get wrapped in a convincing connectiveness.
By closing your eyes, you're stripped to just being. Following the rules of not speaking and not looking, you are left in a place of communitary lonesomeness that continues to define the everyday world of infinite information and surveillance. It made me think of a research that showed that certain groups of animals, birds for example, consolidate their bond, their community, by making themselves vulnerable. They perform, for example, a dance at a time and a place that expose them to their predators. And those who do not participate in this ritual leave the community.
We were building a sensory emotional heritage by this experience.
An organic acceptance of silence.
Was it machine feedback? That mechanical clicking and beeping?
We machines are here and we are communicating. We machines are here and we are communicating.
Like the toys that's come alive in the magic toy shop when the children are asleep. I wanted to get louder and louder till the whole world rang out.
Machines conversing across the network only when the noisy humans finally shut up.
This is not about being mindful or meditating, and rather about sensing and embodying and being present. And in this state of being present, we may feel connected to others or we may not. If we are not, then what happens in that isolation? The silence gave space to the sounds of animals, objects and machines. Close to the end, I felt that I had actually entered the space that we were sharing together with others.
I felt light, as if I were in a field of light, changing, living light, not with human beings. And probably, because that frightened me, I tried to visualise the others I knew, to imagine how, where they were. I tried to make something I could understand of what I felt, as if they were familiar to me. It constantly made me feel that I was there because they were also there. Suddenly, instead of facing them, it was about these silent bodies looking at something else.
We know we are potentially watched.
I gave myself in confidence to the machine. I did not think it could bug. We were a sort of resistance. We closed our eyes, we did not talk, we spent time to be together, and that is the opposite of what we usually do on the net. If someone was watching us, and someone or something always is, she could have taken us for resistance.
The intimate space of silence is awkward. The absence of time and space is endless and infinite. Sweet, take and receive. Resistance, community, sensitive area, trust, panopticon, capture.
A very concrete experience, just the light flickering of the in and outgoing participants shimmering through my eyelids, provoking an altered state.
A great state of presence to oneself, to others, and to an imaginary public.
Rest, intentioned, meaningful.
Rest, intentioned, meaningful.
In between.
Meditating,
Breathing,
in between.
suspension,
Breathing, suspension. Relaxation. Sharing.
Transformation.
We produce uninteresting data for artificial intelligence robots.
The sensation of intimacy is never real. It is based on the willingness to believe and to allow closeness to become real, despite separation. Feeling an unknown, feeling a common imagination, perception of a void full of presence, perception of a silence invested by technology, perception of a reality mixing human and machine.
Once the network is silenced of human conversation, all that is left is the hum of networked devices, the nervous system of the net.
It is an inner journey of images, desires, dreams, feelings of sadness and happiness. It is a special moment in time. It is a pact.